the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in having emotions, just like a lamb, man. You know I'm exploding my heart, cold bad. I ain't got emotions, I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Always got some breathing room. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Seahawks at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
A nice little juke. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Luck. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup.
Their attention to the blitzers freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try to run it in with Marshall. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. And they'll run again. But he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. Here we go on 4th. Luck. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Wait a second, that's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. They'll give this to Akers running right. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Matthews that time, and it's third down.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Carolina.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, I check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Let's go now.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet? Oh, it's incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers are off to a 13.
This is taken way up at the 25.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Open target here is Matthews. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
Herbert off of play action.
He'll buy some time right. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Let's go. 19 right. Go.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meeting.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And this is more of the same right here. These guys have definitely been the aggressors here in the first half. They pushed the envelope in terms of play calls, and that's reflected in the score. And now they're in a position to widen this lead.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
On 2nd and 7, Herbert. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Panthers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
On my drive chart, I write successful drives in blue, and so far for them, 4 first-half drives, 4 touchdowns. It's all blue, no red.
What did they see on film? What did they see on tape that led them to have this type of a game plan, this type of execution? They're reading them like they're a true open book.
Oh, my goodness. In every facet, too. And then on the other side, I mean, it's domination right now offensively.
Yeah, they're going to need one player to make a monster play to try and stop this tide.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy feels
looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Fighting through it, he's got space. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for Seattle.
So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He's got his tight end fan. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Noah Fant, 33 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is taken way up at the 25. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, They threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Going right back to Akers.
And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Some space here.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A give running right is Akers.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
They'll run this with Akers.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
On third down, here's a run by Akers.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
On the counter, this is Akers.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
On the handoff, it's Akers.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
On the give, this is Akers.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Cam Akers.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
There to make the tackle, Deion Leonard.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Herbert. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First target, first catch, and a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 27, Herbert. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. A good pickup there of 22. Now it's Locke. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Seahawks take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Herbert now. And this one is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. On the move to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bailey. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Going deep here for Matthews. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignment.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Akers with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Seahawks offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing, because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. On 4th down, Locke. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Walker now on 1st and 10. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 60 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. This is Marshall. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. to throw. Love. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Locke. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf, 28 yards. And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the pick 6 we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth.
It's caught inside the 25.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Able to get away.
Herbert has it knocked free. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Panthersons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Panthers.
A big play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Panthers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
From the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So potentially a good chance now to answer back from the touchdown a minute ago as they get 15 yards tacked on.
It's going to give them much better starting field position, and they didn't even have to make an extra play to get it.
On first down, it's Locke.
He completes this to Walker.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing is Locke.
Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And here's Marshall.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
On 1st and 10, Locke. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Panthers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to let it go again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to air it out deep for Matthews.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued.
He's got a man complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
From the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but and now off to the races down the right side. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now this, a very short kick. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Looking deep downfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On 1st down, Luck. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw is Luck. And it's caught. Touchdown. Noah Fant. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead, but at the same time, got it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 50. 30, past the 20. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Going deep here for Landry. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
After the interception, it's Love. That's caught over the middle by Fant. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Luck going right back to Fant. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now a 1st down throw. Luck. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Luck throwing again. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. One last throw here for Luck. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to...
Yeah. So that style not for you, but it's for me.